Good evening, everyone. Severe Weather Team 9 meteorologist Nathan Shutt here with your weather update. Our current temperatures across the Ohio Valley residing into the 20s, but boy, was it a cold start this morning, certainly early on today. The main story was how cold it was to start off the day. Our low temperatures across the tri-state area coming in the single digits and almost reaching 0 degrees at New Philadelphia, coming in at 1 degrees for a low. It was 6 degrees for a low temperature at the Ohio County Airport, 4 into Pittsburgh. So we are certainly tracking a cold start to the day across the area. Now, if you're wondering just how long it's been since we were that cold, well, we have to go back to 2023, February 4th to be exact. And with respect to today, that's 706 days ago. That's how long it's been since we've seen temperatures similar to what we had for this morning. The kicker, we can deal with temperatures similar to what we had this morning again around the middle of next week. I think overall temperatures could trend a little warmer, but good chance to at least get back into the single digits again going into the middle of next week as we track another shot of cold air coming our way. Of course, the main story now, not these temperatures, a return of snow across the area. A winter weather advisory remains in effect. This went into effect at 7 o'clock. It remains in effect until 1 a.m. Sunday. Now, a lot of this snow will be done well before that, but we can see these more hit or miss snow showers continuing into that first half of Saturday night. Now, the winter weather advisory covers for around 2 to 3 inches of snow. This is more of that dry, powdery, fluffy snow that we'll be dealing with typical when we're seeing that snowfall with these cold temperatures. This winter weather advisory is across the board. We have this in effect across the area, again, leading up until 1 a.m. on Sunday. Taking a look at live radar, we're seeing the snow now encompass the majority of the area. Keep in mind what we discussed yesterday, though, how there's that latency effect with this snow, how when the snow moves over your area, you still have, it can even lead up to a couple hours before it really starts to break through this layer of dry air. So there's been that lagging effect of when snow finally arrives over you before then by the time it actually reaches the ground. But this snow has managed to break through the layer of dry air across a good portion of the area. We're seeing the snow now take hold across the region, and we're still dealing with more of it as we look back towards the west. We still have some snow to contend with, even looking back through Indiana that's set to push east into our area. Now, one of the first locations that saw this snow break out was locations along I-77. That's where we saw that snow arrive first into the area, and it's more specifically even into Tuscarawas County. This is a good preview of what we're going to be watching coming our way. This is an ODOT camera, I-77 at State Route 39 in Tuscarawas County, and you can see this is even the interstate. Notice how even the interstate starting to see some of that snow covering the roads. So again, we're going to be watching. These road conditions will be deteriorating, and we could deal with some slippery road conditions even on our main roads as we go through the night. So again, at this point, you're going to start to want to use caution going through the night, as again, at this point, as the snow is breaking out, road conditions are going to start to get slick as we extend into tomorrow morning. And then look, again, this is looking into Tuscarawas County. This is where we're seeing some of the worst road conditions at this hour, dealing with some road conditions deteriorating towards Carroll County as well. That's where we're seeing some of the worst road conditions at this hour. But again, just a good preview of what is anticipated to come really across our area as we do extend to the overnight hours. And we'll run through here some other cameras across the area to give you an idea of what these current conditions are across the region. This is a look at road conditions on I-70 from Morristown to Bridgeport. Still a lot of pavement to be had, right? A stark contrast from what we were looking at I-77 in Tuscarawas County. Here's a look at I-470. Now we're looking at road conditions extending from St. Clairsville to Triadelphia. A lot of pavement, right? We're starting to see the snow fall on these cameras, but it's still a lot of pavement to be seen. Road conditions not quite slick into these interstate conditions on I-70, I-470 here locally into the area. But again, as we look towards I-77, it's been a different story. It's harder to see here on the camera in Noble County. It's harder to spot that roadway. You still see a little pavement there, at least on the on-ramp, but it gets harder to see with a camera farther away from the road. But certainly with that reduction in visibility, a bit heavier snow currently along that I-77 corridor. And that's where we're seeing some of the worst road conditions again. I-77 corridor, I noticed that this traffic's starting to slow down more specifically towards Tuscarawas and Carroll County at this hour. Looking at other locations across the area, Steubenville, Weirton, St. Clairsville, New Martinsville, a lot of pavement to be seen there. In New Martinsville, Route 2 still looking good. You can see the same there looking into Weirton as well. Still a lot of pavement. Again, these roads still looking okay, and we're not dealing with much snow breaking out quite yet towards the northern panhandle. It's starting, right? It's starting, but that heavier snow yet to arrive into those locations. And take a live look now into Caddis, still dealing with quite a bit of pavement. What we can see there, looking at the camera in Caddis, we're still looking at some pavement there. So again, these road conditions really not quite bad across the area yet. But again, I'd start to watch here. They're going to deteriorate probably rather quickly as we extend over the next couple of hours. And last but not least, let's take a look into Moundsville. Route 2 there, again, looking especially a lot better from what it was last night, right? Some pretty bad road conditions in the locations of Belmont, Marshall County, Ohio County, dealing with those rounds of some heavier snow showers, looking much better at this hour. But again, we're really watching at this point for these road conditions to deteriorate across the area. Catch up on some comments. Mac watching from Morristown. Hello there, Mac. Drew, hi. My area isn't really getting anything yet. It's on its way. Yes, I was wondering when most of the snow will fall. It'll be falling overnight. So even by early tomorrow morning, a lot of this is done. It's mainly overnight. And again, right now I'd watch the snow's going to start to break out here with likely in the hour across the area. I thought that even leading up towards 8-9 o'clock, it likely see the snow breaking out. And again, we'll see that worse road conditions likely then closer leading up to midnight and on into tomorrow morning, even up to about 8 in the morning. And then we should start to see those road conditions improve then going throughout your Saturday. So then we'll see the bulk of the accumulations here into the second half of tonight, Drew. A happy Friday, Debbie. Thank you for the weather update. Thank you for tuning on in. I was originally going to the high school basketball game, Drew says, tonight at St. Clairsville, but I didn't go because I didn't want to lose a good parking spot in my apartment complex and watch the game at home tonight. All right. Valley Grove isn't getting anything currently, Jenna says. And Brittany, what do you think the road will look like around 4 to 5 a.m.? Going to be quite slick around 4 to 5 a.m. So allow yourself some extra time and take it slow, right? Use some caution. I don't think those roads are going to improve much at 4 to 5 in the morning. I think it's going to be more after that we'll see those road conditions really start to improve. So that was a look around the area, and we'll jump into Futurecast now. We'll map this snow out as we go through the night for you. And again, this snow isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It will carry past that midnight mark into tomorrow morning. It really will be more into the early morning hours before we see a lot of this taper off to back to more of just these widely scattered snow showers. We can deal with some flurries, that snow shower that's hit or miss, periodic. We can deal with that continuing throughout the day. It isn't delivering much in terms of any additional snow accumulations, but just keep in mind we can deal with that additional snow shower too over your area as we go through the remainder of Saturday into early Saturday night. Now this will taper off then Saturday night. We're going to dry up overnight Saturday into Sunday. Not only will we dry Sunday, we'll even start to spot some sunshine likely returning into the afternoon. So that being said, while we still can deal with some slick spots lingering into Saturday night, I anticipate any of these slick spots becoming clear into your Sunday. The sun will come out, temperatures are closer to freezing, and the product crews placed down is extremely effective under those conditions. So again, if the crews can get out and treat some of these lingering slick spots, when that sun can break out Sunday with highs near freezing, you're going to notice a drastic improvement. And I really don't foresee much of an issue at all in our roads as we do look ahead into Sunday. So if you're a bit anxious about traveling and, with the potential for some slippery roads, if you can hold off and do your errands on Sunday, it's going to be a big difference, I think, with respect to what we see Saturday. Now, don't get me wrong. I already think that road conditions will improve throughout the day Saturday, but you can't rule out some slick spots, I don't think, at least continuing into Saturday night. By Sunday, I really don't see any lingering slick spots continuing. As long as crews can get out and lay down some of that product when that sun breaking out, highs near freezing are going to be a big improvement. And if anything that lingers, that'll be slick Saturday night. Anything lingering that's slick Saturday night will drastically improve then by Sunday. So when we start to break this down for you, again, the precipitation type, it's all snow. We don't have to worry about any other precipitation type mixing in. It's more of that steady snow overnight. And then again, just a few of those more hit or miss snow showers throughout the day Saturday. Doesn't amount to much in terms of any additional snow accumulations. But as they do linger, we can't quite rule out some slick spots continuing then into Saturday night. In terms of accumulations, a good 1 to 3 inches of snow is coming our way into tomorrow morning. And from what we see from the snow shower Saturday, keep in mind in additional accumulation, much like our snow showers, it's hit or miss, right? Some of us are picking up nothing for additional snow accumulation, little or nothing. But for some locations that pick up a couple rounds of snow showers, maybe up to about 1/2 of an inch, not too much. much coming our way again for your day Saturday. But still worth keeping in mind, something measurable is certainly possible in spots with these snow showers. So we could see some slick spots redeveloping into Saturday night before, again, conditions improve drastically across the area for your Sunday. Now, in terms of impacts, so there is a potential for more moderate impacts. So, yeah, definitely going to be looking at some slippery road conditions. And again, I think the worst of it is going to be mainly overnight. So that is good news if you're waking up tomorrow morning, that I think road conditions will improve into the afternoon. But leading up until that point tonight, leading up closer to midnight and then on midnight, continuing then going into tomorrow morning, that's going to likely see some slippery road conditions across the area. It's still drivable, right? It's not hazardous. We're not dangerous, but these are certainly some slick roads. And if you can avoid it, it's certainly the best to do so if you can. But if you got to be out in it, just allow yourself a lot of time to get to your destination. Use extreme caution. Take it slow overnight into tomorrow morning. And yes, this can continue even up closer to 8 o'clock. And then we should start to see a big improvement in those road conditions throughout the day. But again, some slick spots are possible into Saturday night. I don't think we can rule them out until we get into Sunday. That's when we're not only dry, but we'll see some sun break out and we'll see those high temperatures closer to freezing. So that'll be the bigger improvement, I think, in road conditions at that point into the second half of this weekend. Now, from here, we're going to be watching into Monday. This is when we can see some snow showers return. I think overall the accumulations keep even a bit lighter than what we're seeing tonight into tomorrow. So it's not going to be much coming our way, but certainly something measurable. I think you could easily say at least within a coating to an inch is what we could see from those snow showers into Monday. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's still enough where we'll have to watch. We could be dealing with at least some slick spots on our roads into the start of next week. And from there, we're just getting back to the more scattered variety of snow showers. Behind a cold front passage Monday, it's going to be turning cold around the middle of next week. High temperatures likely in the teens. Low temperatures likely single digits. So it's turning very cold on us going into the middle of next week. Drew says, is Monday outlook overall still looking the same? Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to get more snow Monday than what we're going to see tonight and tomorrow. I think overall it's going to be lighter overall, I think, on Monday, but something measurable certainly still possible with that snow moving in on Monday. Renee says, thanks for the update. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Paula says, snowing pretty good already in East Liverpool. Thanks there for the update. Diane says, I have work in the morning. Am I able to go to work with 2 to 3 inches of snow? Yeah, allow yourself a lot of time to get to work tomorrow. Again, take it slow, right? Allow yourself a lot of time to take it slow on those roads tomorrow morning, as it's still going to be quite slick, even in the early morning hours before likely later morning is when the road conditions will start to improve. But yeah, just take it slow, right? Those roads will certainly be slick tomorrow morning, Diane. Let's see. Cody says work at Speedway. Super windows when it's starting to snow. I'm hoping it is light. Yes, it's starting to snow. Thanks for the report there, Cody. We're starting to see that snow break out across the area now. And again, it'll start to pick up in intensity. It's starting to break out. You'll notice it pick up intensity now early on tonight. Savannah says no. And Connie says, wish we'd get a foot. How opposite from no to wish we'd get a foot. The snow lovers versus the people who are tired of the snow. Not quite a foot this time around, Connie. I don't think we're going to be dealing with a foot of snow anytime soon coming our way. So bad news, unfortunately, delivered to you, Connie, but good news there, Savannah, that we're going to be dealing with at least anything to that extent coming our way. Will we see Snowbird this week? Renee asked. Possibly again next week, especially with as cold as those mornings will be. I think you could be easily at least dealing with some delays there, just with how cold the mornings will be around the middle of next week. We'll see Monday. The timing might be late enough to where schools could get away with it if it can hold off until a little later in the morning. But it's gonna be iffy there Monday. That snow could arrive around the time school starting, so it could cause some troubles there. Maybe we'll start to some closures Monday, maybe, and we'll see. It's cold in the middle of next week, so I would think with as cold as it's going to be, at least some delays, maybe some more closures. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. I really thought that a lot of schools could get away with Friday, but I know a lot of them still closed. Or with today, I mean, but the snow and just starting later, right, after school hours. But it's just hard to tell. I know some of these back roads, these these road conditions can remain slick on some of these back roads for quite some time. It's hard to clear them, I know. But yeah, yeah, it's hard to predict that, but I think it's certainly possible into next week. Yes. Hopefully February is a lot warmer and hardly no snow at all, Scott says. It does look like we can trend a bit warmer at the end of this month. We do have a little bit of warm up, as you can see, into the following weekend. We're going to break our streak here of highs of 32 degrees and below. We're getting back above freezing, likely going into the following weekend. I don't think what we're going to see is enough to heat away at all this snow cover. I think we'll still have some snow left after that, as another cool down will follow then into next Monday. But yeah, we'll be back above freezing, maybe even getting closer to 40 degrees next Saturday. It will cut back a little bit on the snow cover, but it's going to be tough. And we're going to need more than that to really eat away at the snow that's on the ground currently, looking ahead into the following weekend. And that cool down around Tuesday, Wednesday, again, I think overall it could be a little warmer with respect to what we had this morning, but still a good chance to dip towards the single digits, if not there, into that would be going into Wednesday morning, Thursday morning. So watch for a series of cold mornings ahead there. Steady snow in Wheeling, Jason says. Thank you for the report there, Wheeling. Excuse me, Jason. Thanks for the report there in Wheeling. Yeah, we're getting the snow breaking out now across the area. Leading up to 8:30, we're seeing that snow now. And again, if you're starting to see that snow break out, it'll start to pick up in intensity now across the area. And from now until we lead up into early tomorrow morning is when we're picking up the bulk of the snow. And then really for much of the daytime Saturday, it's just more of those scattered variety, right? Just on and off, hit or miss. It's more of that from what we see. A few of them are possible, some flurries, a few snow showers in the mix. Doesn't amount to much additional accumulation, but there'll still be some snow showers around into Saturday night before we dry up for the second half of this weekend. Well, I hope everyone stays safe tonight. Drew says starting to snow in St. Clairs. Well, thanks for the report there, Drew. Hope everyone stays safe tonight. Use some caution if you have to be out. If you can avoid it, it's best. If you can just stay at home overnight and tomorrow morning, and even if you can hold off till tomorrow afternoon, a lot of those main roads should be just fine. As again, maybe some slick spots with these snow showers, but you get the idea. We'll see some improvement in those road conditions into Saturday afternoon. And then if you don't want to deal with that potential for slick spots at all, I would just hold off until Sunday if you can. Again, I don't foresee much of an issue at all into Sunday afternoon. Once we see that sun, highs near freezing, if cruising can get out, lay down product, it's going to be night and day. I mean, no other way to put it. For lack of better words, it's going to be a big improvement into Sunday afternoon. All right. Stay safe this weekend and see you on the 10-11. Sounds good, Drew. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Sounds good. Yeah. Join me at 10-11, like Drew had mentioned. Join me coming up at 10-11. We'll have the latest on the snow. We'll take a look at those cameras again. We'll see if we're not spotting more of what we saw in New Philadelphia at 10 and 11 across the area. So if you're wondering how road conditions are at that point, tune on in. We'll take a look at those cameras across the area. I'll let you know how road conditions are faring at that point. And of course, stay tuned tomorrow as well. I will actually be in tomorrow evening. We can recap what we got with that snow at that point, and we'll take a bit further deeper dive into what we can see Monday as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll dive into those further details coming up tomorrow. I'll be in on Saturday to keep you guys updated Saturday evening. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful night. Again, stay safe, stay warm out there. I'll catch you guys coming up at 10 and 11 tonight, and join me again tomorrow evening for the latest then. Have a good night.